Hi there. This is Jean Roman with For Dragonflies and Me. Thanks so much for joining me at this week's podcast. First, I want to just apologize for my voice. I've got my typical spring cold I get every year in February or March. So if I cough a little bit or if my voice sounds funny, it's really me. I'm just not feeling the best, but I didn't want to miss out on our weekly podcast get together. So, as always, I'm super excited to be here sharing gardening, cooking, organizational tips and tricks, having discussions on healthy lifestyles, and chatting it up with incredible entrepreneurs. As many of you know, I have been involved with farmers markets as a vendor and as a market manager for close to 20 years. This journey started when my ex-husband and I had our farm and decided to sell at area farmers markets. This is one of the main reasons I am such a supporter of local markets and entrepreneurs. Last summer was literally the first year I wasn't either in front of the table or behind it. And I really do miss being there, but now I'm just happy to patronize as a customer. The month of May is generally when most summer markets open up to the public. After a long winter, folks are really excited to return to their town or city's markets and reunite with their favorite farmers and artisans. Although there are several markets here in the Metro Detroit area that run year round, and I, for one, am so grateful, I do longingly anticipate the return of the regular season markets. The diversity of products, of course, is the ultimate draw. So today's guest is with an organization I've personally partnered with for close to 10 years now, while I've managed several area markets. My guest is their boots on the ground gal. She is the one who is connecting with Mid and Southeast Michigan's market managers and producers to make sure all of you know what's going on in the local food scene. So without further ado, please help me introduce Karey Stid. Taste the local differences, Mid by Southeast Michigan local food coordinator. Welcome, Karey.
Hi, Jean. Thanks you for the warm welcome. And I'm really excited to be here. What an awesome program you put on.
Oh, well, thank you, Karey. It is really my honor to have you guys here. Like I've said, for years, I really appreciate what Taste does, and I'm excited to share that with all of my listeners. But let's start with a bit about you. Tell my listeners a little bit about your background with the local food movement and how did you come to work for Taste the Local Difference?
Yeah, it was late in the years of getting my strategic communications degree that I got bit by the farming bug. I interned with Eighth Day Farm, an awesome nonprofit on the west side of Michigan, and actually a partner of Taste the Local Difference. And after that internship, I just knew I wanted to combine my degree in any way that I could with farming, considering I even considered starting a consulting firm for farms, which
cool.
is funny now that I think about it. And I wasn't fully ready to start my own business. There's no way I could do that right away. So I decided to work for Titus Farms, a family-operated produce farm just south of Lansing, who also happens to be a Taste Local Difference partner. And after taking a year-long hiatus from the food scene, and I decided to work in a small flower shop, I just knew that the food scene was calling me back. I missed so much speaking with like the local producers and customers at markets, being immersed in the passion that they all had to provide quality products, enjoy quality products, the cooking recipes they shared, everything, and being engaged with the local communities. So that's essentially when I was lucky enough to join Taste the Local Difference team and finally kind of put all the pieces together with my degree and passion. And it's just funny enough to like see how Taste the Local Difference has been a part of that journey in one way or another, whether it's just, partnering with the places that I was previously employed, but it's been on there all along.
Oh, that's incredible. Karey, and trust me when I say I get being bitten by the farming and local food scene bug, because and I know that passion, when I had my farm, it was like, just being in the dirt and the farmers markets and making those farmers market friends. I totally get that. And my first experience was driving through the little town of Almont, Michigan, and seeing this teeny tiny little farmers market set up on this town's main street, which is like 2 blocks long, and it was called the Ladybug Farmers Market. So that intrigued me. Their sign was so cute. It had a big ladybug painted on it. And so we stopped and I started chatting with some of the vendors, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was just hooked right at that moment. And I thought, I can do this. I have a really big garden. I love growing. I'm a personable person. I know a bunch of other farmers that I can get stuff from and sell. And so, very shortly after that, I filled up the bed of my pickup truck, and me and my daughter headed out to Elmont, and we set up. And as they say, the rest is history. And that
That's
was, oh
awesome.
my gosh, that was probably back in 2009, 10, 11. Just, it was a long time ago. But yeah, I
Yeah, that's
partnered with,
awesome.
I know. And it was just like, it was like right then and there. But I partnered with Taste the Local Difference during my tenure at both Dodge Park and Sterling Heights, and as the market manager for the Dearborn Farmers and Artisans Market. So, and I also have deep roots with Farmington, and I know they are also partners. But not only them, my farm was listed in the guide, and I was a partner. So Taste does so much. Karey, can you tell my listeners about Taste the Local Difference and what the organization does? And I know there's a lot, so we'll get into more, but you can go start from there.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say my whole job is talking all about Taste Local Difference. So I could go on and on about all that we do. Um, at our roots, Taste Local Difference is Michigan's local food consulting, media, and marketing agency. So we are a team of passionate people who care about seeing the local food economy thrive. We work with all different kinds of producers across the state, and through building authentic relationships, we work to educate and support, advocate, all in order to help the local food and farm businesses succeed.
Mhm.
We're probably most recognized for our media work, which includes the local food guide, our inviting magazine that gets distributed throughout the state. But all in all, we're passionate about education, building relationships, and empowering entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that's just incredible. And like I said, you guys do a lot. And folks listening today, we're going to get into all of it. Karey is a wealth of information, and she's got some great resource information for you. And so can you provide a little bit more detail about the local food guide and how it offers both producers and markets the ability to get their information out to the community?
Oh yeah, happily, Jean. So the guide is Taste Local Difference's free resource to Michigan's expansive local food offerings. Obviously, that doesn't mean it's free for us to produce, not
No,
by
not
a
by any
long
means.
shot. Yeah. But rather we want to make it available as a community resource for free to help consumers find local food and drink across the state. It includes farms, food producers, retail, restaurants, farmers markets, wineries, breweries, goodness, the list goes on.
Mhm.
Um, and it's truly the ultimate guide to eating locally anywhere in Michigan. And our basically we try and break it down to make it as easy as possible for our readers to find local food and businesses in their area or wherever they're traveling to. So we break it down into regions and then further into counties, and we can categorize them, all in efforts just to make it the best resource possible. So yeah, it's great for just finding more in your area, but also I love it as a travel guide as you explore Michigan, and especially in those summer months. Who doesn't want to get out and see the beauty that we have in this state?
Absolutely.
So yeah, and with that, we distribute it all across the state, from the Ohio border all the way up into the UP. You can kind of, find it in visitors bureaus, farmers markets, local retail shops, breweries. We often, try and get them to our partners in their retail spaces. So we even have a map on our website that can help people find a paper copy in their area,
Oh,
but
cool,
you're
cool.
also able to, we try and make it really easy to find. And with that, if you're on our website, we have a digital version as well. So you can just toggle over to the local food guide tab on localdifference.org.
Very cool. Very cool. That does make it easy for people. And, people are always on their phone, right? And that's what they're looking for. And if,
Mhm.
no matter where we go, I always find the local farmers markets. And if it is open on a day that we're going to be in a town, wherever we travel, we definitely make an effort to get to the local farmers market. And I just love, and then I actually will share those farmers markets on my social media. Even though, we've been to the Charleston farmers market, we've been to
Yeah.
so many across the state, and I always try to promote them, what not just the ones that are in my local area. But as I
Mhm.
mentioned earlier, back in the day, I also had my farm included in that guide. And so, folks, when I'm talking about this is something I've spent my dollars on because I really do believe in taste the local difference. And I really genuinely feel there's so much value for both farmers markets, producers, and of course the community. I mean, this is an incredible guide and resource for people. So it's filled with, like you said, it's filled with a ton of information, but not just where and how to find farmers markets. There's also so many Michigan producers farm stands that are available, not to mention great
Mhm.
recipes, information on local meat and how to source it, what a CSA is and how to locate one. And I did a blog not too long ago. If you guys missed it, it was on how to find a local CSA and the things you should look for. And you still have time. A lot of farms in Michigan right now and across the country who have CSAs, which are community supported agricultures, they are taking members. And if you want more information on that, you can visit me at fordragonfliesandme.com and just search how to find a CSA. But you probably don't know, Karey, but that's what I did besides run farmers markets and be a vendor, which is why I love Taste the Local Difference. And I'm so happy to help get the word out about it and the guide. So, Karey, during our initial conversation, you mentioned the food guide is not all that Taste the Local Difference offers. Karey, can you tell my listeners about the digital marketing opportunities that Taste provides?
Yeah, definitely. We have so much more to offer our partners beyond inclusion in the local food guide. Uh, Taste Local Difference is a digital marketing agency, and we specialize in local food. So we offer a wide range of services like any marketing agency might,
Cool.
but geared towards local food producers and the affordability and autonomy that they both want and need. We're really trying to meet them where they are, but also cater to our expertise of, we only work with local food and beverage producers in the area. So we have that specialty. But our marketing team is a group of super talented folks, all with ties to the local industry, who make sure that the business owner's wishes are heard. And then, we've produced some awesome projects for our partners, making sure that their needs are met, and we're providing them such a quality product that they're happy with. So beyond that, we can help with building a website or e-commerce store, a logo or promotional flyer design, even a strategy to better connect with your customers through social media, or even generating content for your email newsletters. So
Very
we do a ton when it comes to marketing services. I often tell people on the phone, ask and I will find out. Chances are we do it, we can do it, we have the skills, but always ask, because we have such a talented marketing team. But we also offer value chain coordination services. We like to call that local sourcing or sales support. So we
cool.
use our extensive network that we've built, throughout the last 20 almost years. Goodness, it's been a while
Wow.
since Taste Local Difference has been around, but yeah,
Yeah.
we've really worked on building those relationships and building that network over the last few years. And we're trying to utilize it to be able to connect local food buyers with local food sellers, or vice versa. So, trying to really help with making local sourcing easy, or, being able to help that entrepreneur with the product, get their product in more retail locations across the state.
That's awesome. That is just, I'm so excited to be able to share this information with all of my listeners. And, it's all about networking and supporting each other, right?
It so is. It's all about the networking and coming together, which we have a great community in Michigan of food producers that want to support each other. So, and we take the word partner seriously at Taste Local Difference. We want to engage with your business, be a teammate, and take whatever weight off the entrepreneur's shoulders where we can. So, we take it seriously. We want to build that authentic relationship.
Yeah, well, that's I think one of the things that I was really drawn. I know, Karey, you're kind of new to Taste the Local Difference in from when I first met my person was Kelly, and she was incredible. And I'm so now happy to be able to work
Yes.
with you because you're an incredible resource and you're a great person. And I'm so happy that I've got the opportunity to work with you now. But as I mentioned earlier,
Oh, thank you.
oh, you're welcome. But I really do see so much value in partnering with Taste the Local Difference, which is why I have you guys on today and I'm sharing and spreading the word about you. But can you share a bit with my listeners on how they can personally become a partner?
Definitely. So if you're interested in becoming a partner, there's a few ways that you can get signed up. You can visit localdifference.org/services with an S and then /partnerships with an S at the end to learn more or sign up yourself. Or, if you're still wanting to explore and learn a little bit more about what we do, the details of how we could help you, tell us about your goals for the upcoming year. Connect with me via email. My email is Karey, spelled Karey at localdifference.org. And I'll make sure that you're connected with the right person in your region who can tell you more about those opportunities and to start that conversation.
That's great. And folks, no worries. If you didn't get that jotted down, all of that information that Karey just shared will be on the blog post. It will be in the Facebook event as well as in the description for this podcast. So no worries. But listeners, I know that sounds like a lot that we've already shared, but that's not all Taste does. They are also really deeply grounded in advocacy work. And I think that's something they're really proud of. And so I want to give Karey the opportunity to share a little bit about that and go into a bit of detail. Karey, can you do that?
Yeah, definitely. It's a big part of us. We're very mission focused and driven as a company. And part of our advocacy work is keeping that local food guide as a free resource. But also beyond that, we work closely with our statewide and regional partners to further programs that help with addressing food insecurity and accessibility. We work with the Fair Food Network to further the Double Up Food Bucks program. We are working with programs that are trying to get more, farmers connected with schools to bring more local produce to our kids and their cafeterias. And actually going back to what you were talking about with CSA, we are working with the Michigan CSA statewide network,
Oh, wow.
which is, their website just launched. We help them out with that, but it's an awesome resource to be able to find CSAs in your area. So big plug to them and what they're doing to, make it as easy as possible and educate our consumers of how to support our agriculture, producers.
Wow, I'm going to need to get that information from you because I want to include that. I'm actually going to go and
Definitely.
update my blog. But Karey, when I started my CSA, I was one of maybe a handful in the state of Michigan. And it was so new. There was no resources hardly. I remember like just searching and searching to get like, planting guides and, how to organize and, how much to grow for X amount of members. But my CSA ran year round. I had 100 member CSA during the summer. I had a flower share, a egg share, the winter shares where I ran the farmers market. I started the winter farmers market in Farmington, and my winter share included, different baked goods. My daughter did like dry good mixes and blends, and then during the summer and the fall harvesting, I would dry herbs, and I would, shred up zucchini and freeze blueberries that were all included in the winter CSA. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it was incredible. I did it all for 15 years until I got my divorce. And I look back sometimes and I think, how in the world did I do everything I did? Oh my gosh,
For
it's
sure.
like, but I loved it. I was like immersed in it. It was my everything. It was like that passion. And it was pretty devastating leaving it all. I always say getting a divorce was literally the best move of my life, but with it also came a lot of loss, and the farm was probably the greatest loss. But now I still get to teach and talk about gardening and cooking through my blog and now my podcast and my new YouTube channel. But partnering with Taste and partnering with different farmers markets and finding that CSA and being, grounded in the local food movement is just, where my heart been and always will be. But, Karey,
Mhm.
one last thing. Listeners, I hope you're hanging on. This is just going to be a really great podcast, and I just really want it to be filled with information for all of you. But, Karey, can you share with my listeners your Finding Food in Farms database, and then we can wrap it up. So if you want to just share a little bit about that.
Absolutely. It is our online directory to help our, audience and people of the state find any local food producer in their area. It's filterable by what you're looking for, where you're looking for it. If you're looking to support LGBTQ plus businesses or Black owned businesses, you can filter by that. CSAs, all of it. We try and make it really easy. But yeah, it's a great resource, and it's online at Taste the Local Difference's website.
That's awesome. What a great resource. You guys just keep growing. I remember when you guys started, and I believe my farm, the Garden Gate Farm, was one of the first, partners. And it was like, I just feel honored to have your organization here today, and you, Karey. But I want to let all my listeners know to mark something on their calendar. So June 17th, Taste the Local Difference, and I will be at the Farmington Farmers and Artisans Market. I will be teaching a class on how to make strawberry jam, and you can source those strawberries, of course, at the market that day. And Taste the Local Difference, Karey, that's when you guys will be putting out the new 2023 guide, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you'll be able to find it at your local markets across the state, but our 2023 guide is due to set out, in the June month. So get
Oh,
your
that's so
hands on
exciting. I
it.
cannot wait. But, Dragonfly listeners, I sure hope you are as excited as I am to get back to the local farmers markets and see all your market friends again. But to see more about Taste the Local Difference and their great resource, the Local Food Guide, be sure to visit me at my blog for dragonfliesandme.com. And of course, visit Taste the Local Difference at localdifference.org. You will find a plethora of information there. So be sure to check it out. Also, if you are interested in becoming a partner, you won't be disappointed. That information, again, will be at my blog, at the Facebook event, in the description below in this podcast, as well, of course, finding it at localdifference.org. Thank you for joining me today. And thank you to my incredible guest, Karey, for taking time out of your very busy schedule to chat it up here with me about local food.
Oh, thank you so much for having us. You are really awesome, and we appreciate all the work that you do to further and support local food.
Oh, thank you, Karey. So please follow me here and at my blog for dragonfliesandme.com. And if you haven't visited me on Facebook or Instagram, please like and follow me there for daily inspiration, recipes, and gorgeous photos. So until next time, Dragonfly friends, shop local, eat fresh, and have a happy day.